Just to give a bit extra taste of Slavic communist educational system to which I was due, I will give you example of what was a selection process to which I have witnessed. And as example, I can state the kid who had a slight mental disorder, and as a result of school system in the country where I was born, the selective system has simply have him physically beaten up on a daily basis. He was basically, by this same kids I was telling you about, he was basically forced to move from one class to another till he finally arrived in our class, in which, same like other violent kids, were pushed, forced, incited into a violence against him. The system had insisted and forced literally each and every one of us into performing violence against this child. Hatred and impatience. And sooner than not, his health actually deteriorated. After a month or so, he was gone away or to another class. His parents actually hoped that by going to another class, that his health will actually improve, and that's exactly what was taking place. It was okay till the system actually have ability to develop this impatience, hatred toward him. Maybe he was, from beginning, few days he was tolerated, but gradually the system managed to build this impatience and hatred toward him, and he was wiped out. Okay? Without that violence, maybe he could make it. Instead, he ended up as a completely out in mental institution. It was too late for him. I'm not even sure if he is still alive or not. Not only have teachers, now listen to this, not only have teachers, our teachers cooperated in this crime, as they have instructed us kids, into and toward violence against this child, but the criminal police itself, the investigators, were instructing us, children, afterwards, on how to lie to parents when taking statements from us in front of them. The parents have suffered enormously because what have happened to that child, and as a result of that, a very thorough investigation supposed to be done, but those fathers, those parents, mom and dad, they were nothing else but as scapegoats, because behind the doors we were actually instructed on the class prior to this testament, first by teachers and then by criminal police officers, on exactly how to lie to them, to parents, in order to excuse the system. It's just an extremely criminal system we are talking about here in this case. This was the elite. What I'm referring to was the elite communist Yugoslav system. And just before I move on, in respect to the kid I was just talking about, actually that issue is for me very important. When I stated that he was I have heard year or two after that something terribly happened to him. I'm not sure either he was that or not, but it raises my concern because of stories that from my mother, how the system have pretty much frequently got rid of the people like that just by overdosing them with medicines, or even in some cases I understand even killing them. their health have deteriorated super unnaturally fast, I would say, even under the circumstances as the system wanted to secure or assure itself that those people would never ever be able to be part of this society anymore. And I think that is actually very, very wrong. As my grades were stagnating due to violence, which I have persevered, I will show you what is like this index, what it used to be from grammar school, for instance. And if you see, these are the grades that have taken place. Number 2 means barely good enough. Number 1 means unsatisfactory. And we are looking at what was 7th class. The 8th class was not much different. It was pretty much the same thing. Prior to that, it was better, but as higher I was going to each year, more and more the system was severe toward me, more and more violent, more and more brutal the system was. The idea behind this was basically to give me an idea how I would be unable to accomplish higher education. That was something that appealed to the government. And simultaneous to these low grades, the government came up actually with the idea how great it would have been to send me to what were school psychologists. School psychologists which could open them a brand new opportunity for later on in life, when they could actually reason their criminal acts, which would take place against me one way or the other anyhow, by just simply showing my visitations at psychologists. My visitations at psychologists, which first of all were extremely embarrassing for me. It was just, among others, it was another form of embarrassment, degrading me, humiliating me. Anyhow, in this, my visitations have very soon ended. At least to me, what those visitations were, it was just the opportunity to get away from beatings, which were taking place almost during every break in the school. All those 10 minutes, 15 minutes breaks during hour breaks, whatever, 5-minute breaks, whatever. Most of them were just physical face-offs, severe beatings. It was really like a school for the gladiators more than anything else. However, these visitations, I didn't really, to me, it was a way to escape from this violence. And on my disappointment, they have ended up very quickly, or soon I should say. Psychologists and teachers have actually come like this, clashing with one another, as psychologists have claimed that the test results, the IQ test results of the tests which have taken place, to which I was due at psychologists, were actually overwhelmingly above average intelligence. So I was actually getting instead a backup that I was a pretty smart kid. And that's how that was end of it.